Well, thank you for coming before the village council. It sounds deplorable. I'm not sure if the village, I mean, we don't have a property maintenance code at this time. I'll turn to our village manager, our village attorney, director of community development to weigh in here if there's anything we can do, or if the best recourse is exactly as you informed us, that you have hired an attorney, and perhaps others in the building need to do so as well, and that this is a landlord-tenant issue. But I'd like to hear from I don't know if our village attorney or anyone has any thoughts on this.
From our end, what we really do need to have is a maintenance code in order to give us the authority to go in and require things to be fixed. Absent that, we need to sit back and wait for something to go terribly wrong. A few years back, we were within a hair, I think, of passing a maintenance code. And the question was, should it apply to the residential units or not? And at that point, it got backburnered. Mike and I had the ordinance ready to go at that point. So it's a policy issue for this council to consider. Absent the enactment of such a code, there is nothing that village staff can do.
Sounds like village staff has been involved in this, though.
Yes, they have.
Mike, would you like to address that, please?
I mean,
we've been involved to the extent that Rose has been to our office and requested certain information. When we did draft the property maintenance code, it did not include residential properties. It only included commercial properties. That was the direction that was given all along. It was based on a question, and trust me, my memory isn't this good. I just read a staff report from 2007 based on a caucus questionnaire in 2006, which basically said we don't want any property maintenance code. 85% of the respondents were happy with the condition of the properties in the community, and in the middle ground was to adopt a property maintenance code that applied to commercial properties. The question came up then, well, should we look at multifamily, and that's where it kind of died.
I think we should think about teeing this up to take a look at a property maintenance code.
but you have hired an attorney. But you have hired an attorney to take up your interest here.
But I'm hoping that a building maintenance program is made into effect. That's the whole point. That's why I'm here.
All right, thank you very much for bringing this to our attention. Why don't the inspector's report that you have and some photographs, why don't you, maybe Mike, you can make some copies and she can keep the originals, and if there's anything that looks, some code violations.
I think Mike needs to investigate what role his people have had in this case. She keeps referring to an inspector, and I forgot his name, but it's someone within the village has been there and given opinions.
No, it was a private inspector.
Mm-hmm. If there's something we can do.
Yeah, see what's there. Dig into the facts, right, Kathy?
All right, thank you so much. I'm sorry to hear of your plight.